Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio. EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, mom bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's time for another great discussion with the mom bosses. We are very happy and excited that you're joining us. This show is three mom bosses bringing you real life, real experiences to empower you as a mom boss. I'm one of your hosts, Monietta Hamilton. I am the owner of La Allure Couture and the mom of two.
And I'm Kiana Morgan, owner and CEO of Mental Massage LLC and mom of three.
And Jerisha Moore-Smith, she'll be joining us next time. So you just have us today, okay? This is exciting. Our topic today is something that is like very important. Support systems, okay? Everybody wants it, but unfortunately, everyone doesn't have it, okay? I think it's a very important topic because it kind of blends mental health into it as well. With me, when it comes to support, I recently just started getting support in pretty much everything that I do. With Jerisha, Kiana, my BFF, and of course, the people in my house, like my kids and my husband. But when it comes to like solid support, I just now started getting that. And it's crazy because a lot of people really think that a sign of success is a huge parade in the back of you rooting and cheering you on. And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes you have to be, your own, like you mentioned before, cheerleader. You have to be your own, support system. You have to, pat yourself on the back for your accomplishments, because sadly to say, our families, a lot of our families don't support us in our endeavors. They only come to you when you're successful, okay? But when it comes to, the struggle, they don't want to struggle with you, but they will definitely want to be part of that success. And to me, for me, that ain't happening. If you ain't helping through it all, you're not going to reap the benefits of what I've just, exactly what I've just, went through mud and, the storm to get through. So, what are your experiences when it comes to support?
Well, it's funny because it's like, I know I have a great support system, and it's like, I just have a problem sometimes asking for help. And, and there's several reasons why. It's like in the past, I've felt like, at times, when I do ask for help, and if I don't get it, then I get discouraged. And then I feel like, see, this is why I don't ask people for help. But, and I was like that for a long time, and I would try to do everything by myself and, wasn't getting very far, for multiple reasons, regardless if it's, not being up on the latest technology or, just not knowing certain things or resources. And so kind of like you and Jerisha are great, part of my support system, providing all those things. If it's just needing somebody to talk to through the day, or to ask advice on, something, or even, Jerisha, always has some great app, great, just everything. I mean, we all bring, what we bring to each other as mom bosses, as, business owners, as women, as mothers, et cetera, et cetera. But, my biggest lesson, and where I've seen the growth within myself is just really learning that, sometimes you just have to be mindful of who you're asking.
Yeah.
because some people, because of a comfortability level, you go to them and, they're just not capable or even sometimes willing to do what you're asking. And, so
Exactly.
you can't let those types of people, stop your progress or, really have you down on, feeling like you can't go to people for help. We all
Yeah.
need help sometimes. And so
Mhm.
sometimes, like you said, our support system may not be, our spouses or, our family members, our parents, our best friends, even, but there are people out there rooting for you. And,
Mhm.
you just have to go to the right people. That's
Exactly.
the
And
bottom
that's
line.
yeah, that was good. That was a good point that you made of like, knowing who to go to. Because I think also too, in correlation of like expectations,
Mm,
I think our expectations can be extremely high. And as they should, okay,
right,
you should
right.
always have a high expectation standard and things of that nature. But um, for those around us, if they don't meet those expectations, we tend to not ask,
Hmm.
or we tend to kind of, you know, lean a certain way. So it kind of it's a really tricky, it's really in depth when it comes to support because it's also taking, talking about self-reflection and what you're willing to accept, what you're willing not to accept. Are you willing to accept the bare minimum when it comes to support? Are you willing, it's like these different kind of paths when it comes to, you know, knowing what you want or who you want to cheer you on in life. There's part-time supporters,
Right.
there's supporters that come out the woodwork when you're successful. And, there's, supporters who will brag, like, yeah, that was, when she was little, she
Right,
actually
right, right.
talented, but you didn't help me, but you didn't help me get to a certain point. But when it comes to expectations for ourselves, it's like, okay, let's kind of sit down, reflect, okay, what am I willing to accept when it comes to my success? Like, am I going to look at those, certain people? For me personally, I'm going to look at the people who, just randomly kind of like, hey, I'm thinking about you, or hey, how's X,
Hmm.
Y, and Z going? You don't have to provide, financial support. You don't have to, provide emotional support or any type. It's just like, okay, I see you in my corner. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? As long as I know you behind me, you have my back when it comes to this journey for me, then it's like, okay, that's all I need. That's all I'm asking for. You don't have to be a step stool for me to get to the next level, if that
Right.
makes any type of sense.
No,
you know?
for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So for me, it's like expectations and kind of looking at the bigger picture of like, okay, for me, I've been rooting myself on for so long. When it does come, when people do come to try to be in my corner, I always question, like, is it genuine? you know
Exactly.
and that's where that mental health come in, people, like,
Hmm.
you start second guessing yourself when it comes to like who I should let in. But as you should, with with the world today, as you should, you should be very cautious about who you let in your world, because people can definitely take advantage of you showing false support.
Yes.
So it's like a whole, maybe I'm overthinking it because I'm a deep thinker, because I think of every aspect.
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I'm like, who sent you? Where did you come from? Like, why are you here? And that's something I've shared with, said with other people,
Mhm.
to some of my having conversations with other people. A lot of the time, I'm a very friendly person, not
Yeah.
necessarily being flirty or anything in
Yeah.
that sense, but I'm very outgoing when it comes to certain things and talking to people. And it's like, I get how people are attracted to me, but again, I don't, what's your attraction? What brought you? I
Exactly.
get what we're supposed to, everything happens for a reason, but a lot of times I'll be quick to dismiss something, or someone for that very reason, you know
Yeah.
just being cautious, or like, what's your true intention here? Like, what's your
Exactly.
purpose?
And it's also about energy too. It's like,
Exactly.
I'm big on energy. I'm
Uh-huh.
very, very big on energy. And it's like, okay, are you coming to me with the energy that shows love, compassion, genuine concern, and genuine,
Mm-hmm.
you want me to prosper? Like, is that your true, energy? And
Yes.
if that is the case, I am all for it,
Right.
because there has been a multitude of strangers online that that I correspond with every blue moon, that are very supportive, and
Oh yeah.
their energy is so genuine, and they want to see me win. They want to see me evolve into the person that I see in my head. And I'm like, that's a good feeling.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have to be, 1,000 people on the internet. If it's just like one, I'm like, thank you.
Right. Right.
You. Because everybody wants that feeling that someone is rooting for you. Like everyone wants that, that feeling of, I did it, that achievement, and somebody's watching, they're proud of me. That's the feeling people want. Is like, somebody's proud of me. I did it. I accomplished, I went over these hurdles. I did it. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't even have that one supporter, and they only have themselves. You see? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to really dive deep within yourself and know that there are strangers out there that you may not know, that they may not know you yet.
Right.
They're rooting for you, because, for especially me, if you trying to do something and you're trying to achieve a goal, I want you to win. Anybody. Okay, as long as it ain't hurting nobody, and as long as you happy, do what you got to do. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to support you. Okay, as long as you are doing it to, for self-love, if you're doing it, to for growth, prosperity, something to always elevate yourself, I'm here for you. I don't know you, but
Right.
no, I'm here for you.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
for sure.
that's just, oh, I'm getting into it.
Oh man. But that's some on that's I'm all for that, and I think, that's really what us our Mom Boss podcast is about, supporting and uplifting people, and through their journey. And so, and it's a place of, genuine love and support. I don't think any of us would be dedicating the time that we do if we didn't, feel that way and want to see people win, and help them through that process. We're not looking for anything out of it.
Yeah.
We just want the best for you and your business, and this journey that we're all taking.
Yeah, that is 100% real, because I don't think a lot of people understand how many people are standing behind them, rooting for them, just because of a negative, interaction that they've had either in their family or with, maybe a stranger or something like that. And it kind of puts a damper on, your dreams. It's like, okay, am I good enough to do this? Because it's like, no one's cheering me on. But people, mom bosses out there, you're hearing us now. We are rooting for you. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. Your support system may be small, but it's actually pretty big when you
Oh
really think
yes,
about it.
for
Okay, so
sure.
don't think of it as the people that you see. Think of it as the people that you don't see. That's the look at the bigger picture. But yeah, it's like a whole self-reflection thing. And when it comes to showing love, genuine love and support, you can always check us out on the Mom Boss Radio Facebook page. Ask us questions, interact. We would definitely love that. Share stories, share, experiences and feelings and all the good things. Let's have a Mom Boss party on the Facebook page. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do all the things. Okay. And so definitely check that out. Do you have any last thoughts, Miss Kiana?
No, this has been another wonderful, great topic. I feel like, this is something we all struggle with, regardless if you have your own business, if you're in the process of wanting to start a business or, wherever, or just being a mom, we can all relate to this. And so I'm glad we talked about this tonight. Of course, I miss Jerisha. It was different, her not being on the show tonight, but like you said, she'll be back next show. And, looking forward to another great episode.
Yes, definitely. She's always the inspiration for everything we do. She is definitely the epitome of a mom boss, and for all the listeners, we're going to be changing it up. You're going to be listening. Sometimes it's just going to be me. Sometimes it's going to be just Kiana. We have our, own topics we probably would like to share. Then it's just going to be, two of us, and then all of us come together as a joyous family. So So definitely, embrace that. We're going to change it up. If you have any questions that you would like to ask, that you want us to talk about on the podcast, definitely let us know. Okay. But we are definitely glad you tuned in. We are Mom Bosses on a mission to empower moms all over the world. Mom Bosses, remember to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. You are making moves. You got this. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.